I didn't explain these though.
There's
questions there.
We can ask you
Alright,
questions.
so thank you for the presentation, and now is the time for questions. So if you have any questions about the system presented by someone or in general about the Chinese martial arts, feel free. So
Yeah, I have a question. This probably sounds a bit simplistic. I don't sound like I am more stupid than I really am. But there's something that I don't get. I always have a problem understanding. I do understand, I think, something of the element of training, discipline, blah, blah, blah. However, at the end of the day, and your talk seemed very practical, which underlines this to me. At the end of the day, I mean, some of the words you used were about hurting people, damaging people.
There's no Mickey Mouse.
At the end of the day, I mean, this is the world that I don't recognise. I've travelled a bit. I've lived in cities. I've never once been in a fight. I sort of just don't recognise the world, and I don't really recognise, if you want to train your body and your mind and your spirit and your soul, I don't quite see the necessity for doing it with fighting. I don't get the fighting, to be honest.
Well, fighting is to understand it, then you respect people better. You know what I'm saying? You become more compassionate. You know. Is this a question of just?
I can see that maybe having power gives you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But heck, it's a hobby. You know, it's a hobby for people. You know. Or Taiwan. What martial art is popular in Taiwan? Mixed martial arts, isn't it?
mixed martial arts. They started to have a couple of clubs recently, like in the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years, but probably, I don't know, maybe Aikido is there also, some this traditional Chinese Kung Fu, like the long list or something.
Yeah, so...
but it's not that very, very popular at all.
No, Chinese martial arts is... Mixed martial arts have taken over. The Taiwanese study Taekwondo.
Taekwondo,
you know what I mean?
Taekwondo is very popular because of the Olympics and all.
Yeah. But is that practical for the street?
It's a very simple explanation, you know, because if you, for example, if you want to set up a club of martial arts at the university, and your style is not represented anywhere, you won't get any money from the president, you know, of school. And if your club is training, for example, taekwondo, you will get a support. Probably you can attend any tournaments, you can win something, you know. That's a very simple explanation.
Yeah.
But also South Korea supported Taiwan politically back in the day when there was sort of this struggle for kind of getting support in the UN. And that was when they sort of brought Taekwondo in, and it kind of gained a foothold.
No, but they started Taekwondo and all the martial arts in Taiwan was because in the 70s, early 70s, you know, when the Chiang Kai-shek was kicked out from the United Nations, they just put a huge stress on, you know, learning martial arts because there was his last moment when he wanted to take the China back, you know, take it over, and that's why he spent so much effort on promoting that. But at the moment, it's like that. They just get money and then you can start Taekwondo.
Okay.
May I have a question?
Yeah.
Do you know who invented martial arts and why?
Who invented martial arts?
When did it start? Yes.
When did martial arts start? Well, go back to cavemen.
No, I mean this Chinese martial arts.
Chinese martial arts. It goes back to yoga, doesn't it? It's a dynamic form of yoga, right? But today I was talking about, you know, there's all different stories of Kung Fu, you know what I'm saying? Like, people believe that Wing Chun was invented by a woman, right? Right. Oh, yeah, okay, right, because of the techniques. Okay. The best inspiration of martial arts that I got was from my mother. Right? I tell you why. Because my father, when he was a big rugby player, right, when he hit you, he'd go like this, and nothing must happen. But my mother would go pop, like that, and her structure was like a whip, like a towel. I felt every single thing. You know what I'm saying? So that was my, you know, looking at that, you know, and seeing that how women like when they do martial arts, they relax their torso, you know, which enables them to send their structure more efficiently than somebody who's tense like a karate guy. You understand me?
Focus.
So that's one reason. So like I said, yin and yang, you know, there should be yin and yang. And if it's all yang, it doesn't really work. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're saying there that you don't see martial arts fitting into society. It's a way of life. You know, like yoga, like it comes from yoga. You know, look at this. That comes from religion, doesn't it? So kung fu comes from religion. If you see it, it comes from religion. It comes from discipline. You know.
Because I would like to add something to this.
Yeah.
And how from yoga involved to martial arts. I mean, how yoga influences martial
How
yoga
yoga
is something
influences-
that you do for yourself, right?
Yeah.
No fighting involved. Then how involved into martial art?
How involved in martial arts?
Reasons, something.
Huh?
What were the reasons
For yoga and religion? Well, think about religion.
yoga
Religion.
evolving to martial arts?
Yeah, so I thought about yoga and religion, you know. I'm not going to, I could, you know, you could look at the history and go, you look at yoga and religion and you see that they were the kind of inspirations to it, do you know what I'm saying? So the religion was about fighting, you know, look at Christian religion. It's about fighting. So again, religion, Shaolin temple, monk, what's a monk? There we go. You know, religion, okay? And yoga. So Bodhi Dharma, we won't say names, okay? We can say names. We'll look at it as he gave yoga, and the yoga was given to the monks because they were lazy bastards just meditating. And their body was slack, you know, and they were being invaded by whoever, you know. So they had to have a strong body, and they used to, you know, use weapons, you know. So that's where you get all these qigong, you know, special type of qigong, where you see qigong and you see that. What is qi? You know what I'm saying? What is qi? You know, you could ask me, and I'll just say air. What does qi mean? Qi means air, right? Qi means air. But what does air do?
Is it a metaphor? Is chi meant to be a metaphor, or is it meant to be something real?
It's
Something
your spirit really. You know, it's your spirit really. It's like you use your breath, and it's like your visualization of how you're sending the chi, you know, to your body, your organs. So your mind becomes calm, and then you have control of your mind, right? You have control of your body, you have control of your adrenal glands, hormonal system, right? And you can do whatever you want, you know. You can think of chi as like blood, you know, blood flow, right? And we say your dantian there, that's where, you know, the main power of, like what I was doing there, I was using gravity, you know. There was no chi really, was there? That's just gravity. I'm just using very simplistic, or not simplistic, elaborate, we say, the biomechanics, you know, to show you that.
Can I say something about that? Because I went to another talk about martial arts.
Yeah.
The guy did a demonstration on me, and he said something about yin and yang and turning the other person's power on themselves. And basically what it turned out was simple Newtonian mechanics. He hits me here, like this and like that. That's not any chi or...
There was no chi there, yeah. But okay, we go back to, I don't know, like you might do Tai Chi, you might do Qigong, pushing hands. We don't say pushing hands, you break hands. Alright. So, yin and yang, okay? In breathing, in karate, in the martial art, when you breathe out and you breathe in, like for example, if I breathe like, that's hot air, that's yang, right? If I breathe like, that's yin, you know what I'm saying? So you can have very basic, like qigong, like, see, that's yang, and yin is, that's like the cold air, you see? And so what, again, may I just use it for 1 second? Just,
Yeah, sure. I wonder whether you want to be a bit more aggressive on
No. I just demonstrate. I'm not trying to be smart or show off or impress. I'm just presenting something. I'm saying, hold that again there. So I'm just saying that.
Do your worst.
No.
Well, no, don't do your worst. I saw it there.
So if you say, if I went, that's what you want to get. You see? right? So your breathing and your voice is the like mediator between the physical and the non-physical. You know what I mean? What you send off. You know? See? Now I'm sending different there. You see? That's the thyroid clot. That will take the air off there, right? Okay. Okay. Now you see the thyroid clots using action in the body as well. You know, not just using my hand. Okay. You know. So again, you know, ooh, see, it doesn't try anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I cried and go, you know, okay? But that's different. That's going to, you know, if I regard that to the neck here, that's going to take the neck, okay, up, alright? So, I don't want martial arts to be like, I'm going to say it no, penis martial art, you know? Men are disinterested, okay? Women can do this shit works, okay? You know, the head here, okay, if you do that same technique to the head here, you will make the neck, the spinal cord crash together, okay? Create huge calcium deposits in your brain. You'll be in so much pain. So it works, Gloria, okay? These things work, alright? And you won't damage your hand, alright? Like doing hitting bags, you know? Like, damage my wrist, you know, and points. So I'm just saying, I look at the martial arts, so everyone can feel comfortable doing it. You know what I'm saying? Not like we say mixed martial arts. What does mixed martial arts attract? To be honest, guys, right? It's all guys, isn't it? Be honest, isn't it? The guys in the floor making love. I'm not saying a fight course is a wrong course, but it's true, isn't it? You know. So I want to show you today. I didn't show you anything flashy at all, you know, because you see wushu, you see the jumping and spinning in the air. I showed you something very practical that anyone could use, you know, right? And there's no muscle or strength or anything. It's just practice. That's all it is, okay? Practice. And understanding your center line, okay? Understanding your gravity, like I said, like a boxer will you know, go to that and get the force or whatever. Okay? Alright? That's it, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. That's it. Any more questions?
Yeah, I have one. So I think earlier he asked the question, he didn't understand what's the purpose of like learning to hurt people.
Learning to hurt people?
Yeah, I think that was his question.
Oh yeah, that was
But actually,
well, we're not learning to hurt people.
No, what I understood is that it's not just that, it's like kind of art.
It's a way of life.
Yeah, it's a way of life.
Last week you had Chinese painting, I had yin and yang, you know. To me, I looked at Chinese painting last week, and it looked like a dream. You know, when I say that dream, a dream state. It looks kind of depressing, whatever. But it was very interesting, right? All the same. So the Chinese culture has all those, you know, the yin and yang elements, you know. Understanding all those, you can. Okay, this is the Master Yang. He said, do you want to know how Chinese martial arts works and how it has the power? Okay, when you sit in a chair and you try to lift yourself off the chair, can you do it ever? Never. So understand that power and it becomes useful, you know? That's what he said. Okay?
So you showed a very practical way to hurt a person. So
Nobody wants
the
to
point
hurt
of that to like
fighting is kind of
hurt a
pointless.
person really quick so that person wouldn't
Well, I'm
hurt
just
you,
saying,
like
like
self-defense.
the Chinese martial arts, you know, Russian martial arts, they kind of borrow from it, you know, right? Because you, in a fight, you know, you see that you see a kido or something like that, you see they have to do the wrist lock and the arm lock. It doesn't work, you know, or pre-arrange something. It has to be stun, strike, you know, take them out, you know what I mean? And then you can do your chinga, you know. You have to do what I just did there, you know, half knock. Then it works. Otherwise, they're going to resist against it, and it's not going to work for you. And where your feet are positioned, where your technique, make all the difference, you know. So you see a demonstration on YouTube or whatever, you see the feet are in a different way, where the gravity is, and where they put the arm down or whatever, right? Wrist lock, blah, 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 blah. Okay?
I've got a question. I'm a big fan of UFC, which is Ultimate Fighting Championship. In fact, there was I've got to watch the main event today. and there's a ton of fights. It's fucking great. Sorry, it was really good.
It's brutal, to be honest with you, it's brutal.
And the great thing about that is you can't be like just a Kung Fu expert. You've got to be, because a lot of fights go to the ground.
They go to the ground, yeah. They go to the ground.
So yeah, you need to know like jiu-jitsu and that type of stuff.
Yeah, but if two guys are, like what happened to me, two guys attack you, one you're on the ground, he's going to kick in the ribs. You know? They're going to stamp on you. So you have to do, sadly, you have to try to end it before it goes to the ground. You know what I mean? You have to try to stay before it goes to the ground.
My question is, I mean, I can tell that you obviously, you know, are excellent at the Kung Fu, and there's a ton of stuff you can learn from this. But how? I mean, when the fight goes to the ground, well, I mean, that's my only worry, because like, I've heard that 70 to
8 seconds,
go to the
go to the ground, yeah.
Yes, but most of those are untrained fighters who, you know, start out kind of throwing a couple punches and eventually drunkenly grab each other. And
That's it.
Trained fighters don't go to the ground like, I don't want to go down there.
Right.
Trained fighters go to hit you, stop the fight.
That's it. Yeah.
He's going to do that. Good point. He's going to do that, you know. So that's what I said. Like the Chinese martial arts get the bad reputation of being flowery and, you know, prearranged. And I'm here today to just say, no, it's not. You look inside, like the 5 animal style, every facet of the Chinese system, every facet, but not the full, you know, the full system. You know, you see, has every facet, you know. Okay. And
just one more. What's the actual name of? Is it like you're mixing a lot of different styles?
No, only one style, 5 animal. And like I said, Master Yan looked at it and he said, "This is not practical, so I'm going to make it practical." You know, so he made it practical for police force, the army, you know, and they did it and they used it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
If I ask about practicality for everyday people, I can see it as a police force for the army or for various situations. I'm not blind, I'm not stupid. But you do talk a lot about practicality.
Yeah.
Am I incredibly sheltered to have been in a fight? Do I live in a different world?
I think it's important to experience violence, don't you agree? You know, some violence.
I've got something in here, because this actually goes back to your earlier question. The people that I know that really devote themselves to Kung Fu almost never get into fights.
Right. Well,
Once you've been training, you don't exude a victim body language. It's the people who don't, who never train, who are really worried about a fight, who get the slight cringe that a bully or a drunkard or someone really wants to get, you know, dominated in a situation.
I would like to make a short remark, you know, because we all just talking about martial arts, and always, like, was the first question, like, why should we learn martial arts to hurt someone? Most of the fights we see on the
This is a provocative question.
but I mean, this is not only provocative question, it's very, I think, very simple, very real question, you know. Why should we see the guys on another like punching each other? We don't need much philosophy to that, right? And many special techniques sometimes. I think that martial arts are not about fighting.
No.
Paradoxically, you know, they are not about fighting, only about fighting.
This is a hobby.
It's the real martial, just said, like, the real masters, they don't fight. It's not only about, they don't need to, because, you know, as long, it's very psychological. You can feel that someone is very self-confident. You never, very self-confident. You never attack the guy who's peaceful and self-confident.
I don't like
the bad guys usually attack someone who, the guy was nervous, you know. And this is some kind of and that's the key. And that's what
arrogance, ego, and martial arts.
When the situation has gone so far, when they're hurting someone else, or when they're for a very big reason. So it's actually fairly rare. Actually, learning how to fight so people never have to fight.
It's just like one Aikido master said, like, every fight avoided is the fight you won. You know, so if you can avoid a fight without the conflict, you resolve the problem.
That's an interesting idea, but like, I would basically say guns are made to be used. There wouldn't be any point in having guns if no one wanted to use guns, but interestingly, nuclear weapons are, there is this slight like the crazy theory that of mutually assured destruction, which are supposed to be weapons that are so bad they can never be used. I don't know whether we just got lucky or whether the theory of mutually assured destruction did actually work. I don't want to go and do it, don't prove that. But, yeah, just a thought.
Can I say something? I think that there's martial arts practice has a kind of a benefit in psychology, human psychology. I mean, you kind of got to look at the civilizing force. I mean, there's a tension there between, sort of what society imposes on us as far as our behavior versus, our sort of evolutionary reality where we were. I mean, there's cooperation involved in evolution, but there's also competition involved in evolution for sure. You want to out-survive the other guy. And perhaps practicing martial arts, maybe allows us to indulge that a little bit, and kind of it can be an outlet. But I think also it's kind of like this idea of education where I forget what you call it, I can't think of it right now, but where you sort of just encourage the child, and that's considered, no matter what, you just encourage the child. Right? You just, no matter what they do, you just tell them, oh, good, Johnny. And actually the results, have tended to show that the children are a little bit, actually they're not, they have a facade of security, but actually they're insecure. Because they don't, you give them that praise, but it's not founded on anything that they've done. And so they're sort of carrying around this facade of security, but they're actually highly insecure because they kind of know it's not based on anything. And I think that in a way, training martial arts can kind of help you with that because you're sort of put in situations where, you're sparring and the guy's trying to hit you. And you have to overcome your gut response, which is to, your heart's racing and, you can't breathe, your lungs start to constrict, and you have to be like, okay, you kind of have to commit yourself to this situation.
Okay.
Totally relaxed in your face.
I just have to stop this interesting discussion because
It was interesting.
yeah, it was really interesting. The time is up, so we just have to thank our lecturer today and thank you guys.